So we have the Injora chassis put together, and you can see it is similar in looks to the stock chassis, and I just so happen to have, boom, a stock chassis right here. So kind of just side by side, we can see the difference in what the Injora offers. All right, so it looks like Injora is saving the best for last. We just got their aluminum chassis. Let's see if it really makes a difference in performance and what it has to offer. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into this. We're going to open up all of the brand new parts we got from Injora. It seems like they're constantly dropping parts, and this is one that folks have been waiting for. This is the aluminum chassis as well as the rock sliders. Now we're going to open these up. I just want to mention that today is Valentine's Day, and Injora did a teaser of a Bug 30 body that when that comes out, we will be replacing this green Jeep body. This has been our trusty Injora build, but with that new Bug body, we will definitely 100% be installing that. Now, is it on its way? I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to see here soon. But for the time being, we're going to open these up. Let's start with the rock sliders. Now, I don't have too much info on these, so we're about to take a look at these firsthand together. I'm not sure what they're made out of, but let's go ahead and take a look. There are two of them, and they're pretty rigid, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that they might be aluminum, but let's take a look. And it looks like they are. So, I don't know, maybe it's plastic. I believe this is plastic. Yeah, so these are plastic pieces here. Yes. So we have plastic sliders, and we have left and right. So these are very similar to the ones that Axial makes or that came in the Bronco kit. I will have to see if let me see what I have on here. Actually, we have some on the Jeep, so we can go ahead and take a look and see how close they are to the ones that we have installed. And it looks like they're very similar. Now the Injora ones look a little bit thicker, a little bit more rigid, a little bit more material. So as far as being decent sliders, I'm assuming that the Injora will hold up longer than the stock because they are a lot thicker. So just note that, and then you have the Injora logo on them. So those are the rock sliders. Not too much to be said on those other than they are plastic and they're a bit thicker and more rigid than the stock sliders that come with the Bronco. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the chassis, which I'm sure a lot of folks have been waiting on. I know I have been. Hopefully, and I said this before, this is the last time we take this SCX30 apart with the Injora parts and putting it together, because it is a bit of a task to take it apart and put it back together again. But this chassis right here looks like it has all of the shock mounts I could want. Looks like we have an entire row extra to be able to mount our shocks. That is just great. I do like that just right off the bat. Let me get this other one on this side, and we'll take a look at side by side what it offers as far as the ability to mount shocks on the new chassis. Very nice. It does look like it has the mount here for the body that is molded into the aluminum. So that's very nice. We shouldn't have any breakage there. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you do have that, you'll have to use the stock mounting system. But it does look like Injora has some holes on the top, so we should potentially be able to mount our body in another way with those holes there. So very nicely done there. And that's pretty much all there is to say as far as the chassis. I really want to put this together so we can test it out. It does seem a lot smoother and a bit more rounded out than the stock chassis. We'll see that here in a little bit once I put that on. Now we do have some different plates here. Now this is what I was interested in to see if we're going to be able to mount our ESC in a different location. Now, where it's currently mounted on this build right here, I do like it. You can see it right there. Now, what I'm curious to see is where this is going to mount. So it looks like we have some holes here, and it should mount very similarly to where the current ESC is mounted. So we'll see what changes there. You will lose basically this area in the back right here. If you guys use that for anything, it doesn't look like we'll have that ability anymore, because this piece of carbon fiber right here is going to mount on the top. That's going to keep it nice and rigid there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this chassis together, and we'll take a look at it once it's all put together, and then next time we see it after that, we'll have it all put together. Like I said, hopefully for the last time. This Injora build has served me well, super reliable, and now it'll be complete. I don't think I'm missing anything else once that chassis is on. I think it will be done. I mean, is it ever really done? But let's go ahead and put the chassis together and take a look at it. All right, so we have the Injora chassis put together, and you can see it is similar in looks to the stock chassis, and I just so happen to have, boom, a stock chassis right here. So kind of just side by side, we can see the difference in what the Injora offers. So right away, you can see that it has all those extra holes for you to mount your shocks. That right there is key for me, because I run different size shocks in the front and in the rear. I believe I have on this one, I'm pretty sure I set this up like that. We have the larger 26 in the rear and the shorter 22 millimeters in the front. So that will allow me to run it the way I want to be able to adjust it. I do really like that, especially out here in the rear. That is great. So you can see the difference between the stock chassis and the Injora. Lower profile with those extra mounts, making this look just great. I don't see any difference in the degree here as far as it, let me see, put this here side by side. As far as the angle, but it's actually hole to hole. Let's see while I get this centered here. So not very much difference there, but definitely a lot more rigid. Not very much flex in the metal and the aluminum there, so that should serve itself well. Now, not to say these little SCX30s are super powerful, but having that extra rigidity is a nice feature. Now, as far as the mounting options, you do have a little bit more mounting space on this piece of carbon fiber there, as you did here on this one. And I need that because I kind of have everything mounted right here in the middle. So that should help me out. We'll see how much that makes a difference, though, because this placement worked out great for me. And losing this piece here in the back might actually not work out for me, because I tend to have my battery resting back there. So we'll see how that goes. For now, we're going to go ahead and take apart this SCX30, hopefully for the last time, throw it on this chassis, and then really see the benefits. So let's go ahead and do that now. If I have any issues as I'm installing it, I will let you guys know, but it's pretty straightforward. If you guys have made it this far with Injora, you've already taken this apart quite a few times. Now we're going to install the chassis, and this should stay the way it is. So let's go ahead and get into that now. The chassis is installed, and it is a great addition to our full build. If you guys need a chassis, I would say this is a great option for you, especially with these sliders. Now, the entire chassis, I believe, is $24.99. I'll link that in our description here below, but it was really easy to install. Now, I don't know if that's because I've had to take this apart so many times. It seems like Injora drops parts every other week, and that's why we have to take these little SCX30s apart. Unless you guys wait till you get all the parts, you install it, I can understand that, but the chassis for me has been pretty smooth and easy. I'm going to give a quick pointer on what I did this time that made it really easy and smooth. Is on the stock chassis, which we have here, we'll reference here in a little bit. You just basically remove the 2 screws from the shocks on the rear and in the front. And then on the side, you'll have, let me see if I can show you here, 2 screws on the sliders on either side. You remove those 2 screws here and these 2 screws, and then the shocks, which equates to what, 6 screws? No, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 screws. We remove those screws from the stock chassis, and that stock chassis will flex just over your motor. So it has some flex and some give. You can flex that right over your motor and the chassis comes off, which leaves all your drivetrain and everything intact, from your axles to your drive shaft, your links, and everything else. The skid plate here keeps it all together with your motor intact. And you really don't have to do anything other than, take apart your ESC if it's on the side, or however you need to take that off. But getting the chassis off is really simple. You don't really have to take anything apart. I don't have to deal with these little screws in here. So just keep that in mind. If you guys have this customized, or if you don't, you're just looking to install the chassis, that's a quick and easy way to get the chassis on and off. So great there. The sliders are angled a little bit more, and just so you guys know, I know I mentioned in the beginning that it didn't look like there was very much of a difference in the angle. There actually is a 12.5 degree skid, or for this skid here. So it is angled a bit more, which should in turn equate to a little bit better of a crawler. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to take this out to test with this chassis, just because it is horrible weather outside right now. So I may do that in a different video, but I wanted to show you guys the nice, let me see if I can get a better view of that. Just get it. And the nice ability to adjust the shocks here. So if you guys look at, let me grab another chassis I have here, a chassis like the Pocket Snake. You only have about 2 lines there with holes that you can adjust for the shocks, which kind of limits you. You can see how that's about as low as they can get right there. And then you have your stock chassis, which again only offers those 2 rows of holes for the shock adjustment on the towers there. But on the Injora, you have 3. So you can see right there where I have my shock mounted there in the rear and in the front. Now that allows me to adjust the height right where I wanted, and I think that's going to work out for me. It's kind of similar to what I do on my SCX24 as far as the spacing. And the great thing is, if it doesn't work, it's very easy to adjust those holes and the shock placement there. So I do really like and appreciate that Injora offered all that customize, I can't even think of the word. The ability to customize your placements for the shocks. So very, very cool there. And for $24.99, I think that's a great addition as far as upgrades, especially with these rock sliders here. If you don't have them, and let's say you're upgrading a Jeep and you don't have these sliders, so you can put your ESC or whatever else on there, you will be able to get that with the chassis should you choose that option. So very good, very rigid and complete build now from Injora. All the parts I have on here, I kind of did have to mess with my wiring a little bit more here. As you guys know from a prior video, I did install the light bar on this body, and so I have all those wires sticking out where I can plug in some different things there. Now keep in mind, Injora will be releasing, according to from what I've seen on their YouTube shorts, a Bug 30 body. So the moment that lands, I will be installing that on this build. So that should be a great addition to complete this little Injora build. So I won't be using this as much once I get that body, but I'm hoping that all of this mess of wires at the moment that you see will fit under that Bug body. So with this current setup, you do get the plate here of carbon fiber that's a bit larger than the stock as far as what you can fit on the little shelf you see here on that one. That's a bit larger. I wasn't able to fit this ESC, even though it is smaller from Injora, on the skids here on the side, so I did have to put it onto that carbon fiber plate. But with the battery that I run and the body that I run currently, I don't have any issue placing a battery like that on that carbon fiber skid right there. So that is how it looks with the battery on it, and it works great. I also can run a larger battery, and these are all from Enlightened RC. I like their batteries because they're very small, powerful, and very good price. I believe they go from like between $9.99 and like $15. Not very bad for the size and what they are. But even with a larger battery, that plate still works. I just don't have Velcro on it yet, but I will be adding Velcro so that these batteries stay in place. But having a setup like that and running a body like this, it works out great for me. Now, I'll have to see when that bug body comes, if this chassis allows, with that spacing there, to be able to mount either this battery or this one. So we'll have to see when that comes in. But overall, this chassis is great. I don't foresee, let me take a look here on the bottom. I don't foresee any issues as I come looking. I know that here it is a little bit more indented this way here. Let me see if this is very similar. Oh, I guess it is. Just this one looks a bit wider because of those shrouds here on the top, but very nice ergonomics on this chassis. And with that little bit more angled of a skid, I think it's going to be great. I do like it. And again, very easy install. As of right now, I know I've said this many times, these are all the parts you can get from Injora. We'll see how that is tomorrow or maybe in a few hours. They are on their Chinese New Year, so I know they're not releasing parts right now, but I believe on the 24th they go back to work, and maybe we'll see some new drops. But as of right now, this little Injora build, oh, I do have the bumpers on there too. I forgot to mention that in a prior video. We do have the bumpers for the Jeep installed on, or from Injora, in the front and in the rear. So very nicely done. I'm going to go check the weather here after I get off. If you guys see me pop back up with a video of it crawling, that's because we have better weather and it's not raining out. If not, I'll end it here. But for $24.99, you guys can get this chassis that is a great upgrade, easy to install. And I know there are some other chassis out there, but if you're looking for something that's very similar to stock with a little bit more angled of a skid for $24.99, I think that's a great price for this aluminum chassis. So go ahead and pick one up. I'll link it in the description. I do thank you guys for watching. Please remember to subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I've been very diligent to try to respond to everybody within my past few videos. And I think I've done a good job. So if you guys have any questions, please leave it below and I'll get back to you. Thank you guys for watching. We'll definitely see you guys next time.